Easy guys, Careless here, and welcome back to another episode review, episode 92, Emergency Development for Incomplete 10 Members. So one episode of two halves. The first half, dreadfully boring, and basically nothing interesting happens, and the second half, absolutely mind-blowingly fascinating, interesting, and we got some retcons, or at least it feels like some retcons. So let's go straight in. So it starts off with a phone call from last week's episode where we find out that Boo has fallen asleep, and Goku's, I say Goku, the whole team are obviously very concerned by this. Naturally, they're a member down. I mean, we don't know what Zeno's like. Zeno might just decide to erase everyone, the whole team, just because they're a member down. He said 10 members. He expects 10 members. So he flies off quite seriously to go see Mr. Satan and find out what the hell's going on. So he arrives and Mr. Satan says normally goes to sleep. He's only asleep for a second, but this time he's in a deep sleep, and when this happens, although it's very rare, he's not going to wake up. Now, I don't know if you live on the internet. Odds are you do. But the internet and a lot of us have also come to the conclusion that if that is truly the case, why not throw him in the hyperbolic time chamber? That would fix this problem. But besides that, they clearly are not going to go with this. So Mr. Satan stands up and goes, I will take on his place. I will be the next one. After all, I'm the champ. And then he gets reminded of how incredibly tough all the fighters are, and he pansies out. Shocker. Yeah? He starts sweating so profusely, it's literally drenching the floor, and then he backs down and realizes that is probably a dumb idea. It cuts from this point to Universe 11, and we get to see Toppo talk to the cyborg gentleman. I still don't know if we were given his name. If we have, it must have been in one or two scenes, because I still don't know it. And maybe it's because I don't care. Like, Universe 11 is supposed to be the strongest, the coolest. They're supposed to be like, you know, the epitome of what humanity is supposed to strive for. And so far, all we've seen them do is sit down and eat. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to be the sit down and eat. I hope that's the epitome of humanity and the evolution of being good guys, because I got that shit nailed down. But reality is, I don't think it is. So I don't know why we keep getting cut to them every episode and they don't do anything. So basically all that happens in this entire bit, after my obvious rant, is he goes, do you want to join a team? Of course I will. We move on. We cut back to our universe, Universe 7, and all the team members of Universe, the 10 members of Universe 7 are starting to appear at Bulma's, and they start talking to each other. And again, lo and behold, when they start having a chat, they realise that the whole millions anything is a load of garbage. Now, what really surprises me the most, yeah, is how they hadn't already figured this out. Yeah? I mean, let's be honest. When has Goku ever cared about money? Like, he's dreadfully forgetful and doesn't spend anything. Like, it's bizarre. So, okay, they figure this out and they start to get kind of annoyed and a little angry, which is justified. I mean, if I was promised something and it's not going to be the case, I'd be pretty peeved as well. At the same time this is going on, Vegeta decides to explode out of the hyperbolic time chamber again, even though Popo warned him that if he did this, he'd be banned from it. Now, again, this is kind of interesting. So the reason this is interesting is because, is this their way of conveniently writing out the hyperbolic time chamber? Because it's just too easy of a writing, like it's a crutch. Oh, they need a power. Hyperbolic time chamber. GG. So I wonder if this is a deliberate attempt to just write this out and have none of it, which I'm totally cool with. We then segue into Universe 6, and this is when the story gets very, very good. So this is where I was like, finally, halfway in, this is what I wanted to see, this is what I came for. We get Kaba teaching Caulifla how to go Super Saiyan. Now I feel like we're getting a little bit of a, I say a retcon, I don't know if it's a retcon or whether we're actually finally getting a much more deeper understanding of how the Super Saiyan transformation works. But I kind of feel like it's a tweak or a change, and they're kind of going that way. I don't know. But let me know what you think. Do you think it's a retcon, or am I just over-exaggerating? Because, you know, I'm prone to it. But I'm just curious. So he explains to Caulifla and shows him how to go Super Saiyan. And honestly, her face is a picture. I absolutely love it. Her eyes are shining. She's like, this is amazing. Please show me. And Cabra is obviously quite uncomfortable with this showing of affection from a character that's clearly only shown him kind of a bullying, kind of like strong domineering character. So it's quite funny to see that reaction. He then tries to bully her, which is hilarious because Cabra is not the bullying type. He's a little bit of a softie. I wonder if that's so when he does show his like true power, it has more emphasis. I think that's probably why, but as of now, it's just funny. This doesn't work by any measure. Fortunately, Caulifla has been said to be a genius. It's said in this episode, and I believe it was said not last episode, but maybe the episode before, that she is in fact a genius. So when he explains to her how he feels it, he feels a power in his shoulder blades, in his lower back. I'm like, oh, nobody's ever mentioned that before. And then he powers up and you get this like glowy light shit. I don't know, but I wasn't really sure where to take it from there. So she tries to do it, and we get the infamous first Saiyan transformation. Goku didn't do it, he's kind of a special case, but where they almost do it, they pop it, and then it drops. And of course, it's fantastic, and it's amazing, and we finally got a full-blooded female Super Saiyan, and then she does it again, and then we get these, like, the power, but she doesn't know how to turn it off. That's something that's really bizarre. Okay, so this is, again, something else that I'm finding really interesting, is that if you can turn it on, there's a possibility you don't know how to turn it off. Like, how? When? When was that thing? So I feel like they're really changing how the Super Saiyan form kind of interacts. Maybe it's a Universe 6 thing and it doesn't involve us at all. Maybe it does. I really want them to like delve into this more, because as somebody who's been watching it forever, this blew my mind. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we're getting some more knowledge on the Super Saiyan form. I was like, cool. So he teaches her how to turn it off, and she does, and it's all cool. And of course, he then asks her if she's going to join the team, and she's like, yeah, 100%, I'll join. But first, can you teach my friend? And it turns out that Kale is her protege. And I was like, oh, so the genius who is arguably one of the most powerful Saiyans, because that's the impression we're being given, has a protege that's likely to be more powerful than her. And I think this is where we're going to tie into the legendary Super Saiyan form that everybody is excited to see, because that's kind of how that's where they're going with it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I usually do my sneaky peek at the end, but shh, think of me. So don't tell anyone. I didn't say nothing. Yeah. It then cuts back to our universe, and this is where basically the episode ties up. So it ties up with Goku going back to the other members. He's already speaking to Beerus and Whis and said that there's no way they're waking Boo up. And he said Beebus. It's Boo. And when he comes back, they're obviously very angry with him because he lied. He was like, why would you lie to us? Our entire universe is at stake, and you thought we wouldn't have your back. Really? Like, after the entirety of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, you didn't think we got your back? And he's like, sorry. He first tries to, like, pull rank and be like, oh, help me here. Bulma will pay. And she's like, sort your own mess out. It's your fault. Clear it up. And he's like, sorry. I'm sorry. Eventually, they do forgive him. After all, it's the Goku show, and it'd be a weird place if everyone hated him. I mean, it's not like that's not been a theory before, has it? So it's cleared up quite neatly. Bulma does promise that that if they win, she'll pay everyone. So that kind of deals with that. And that's where the episode ends. I mean, like I said, first half, pretty Second half, amazing. I want more of the second half, please. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, Goten and Trunks were in this episode. They did a thing. Oh, wait. No, it was nothing. They didn't do anything this entire episode, but they were in it. Participation award. Anyway, we get the sneaky peek into next week's episode, and next week's episode is very, very good. So it's just quick, like, glimpses here and there, but we do get a glimpse of the legendary Super Saiyan form from Kale. So I'm hoping it's going to be a Universe 6 eccentric episode. Maybe just give Universe 7 a break for 1 week and let's focus on another one. I'm tired of these like 30-second glimpses into the other universes. Give them some proper time if you're going to do this, because I'm interested. I want to know what they're all up to, but I want to know in at least like 5-minute slots, not in like 30-second slots. Oh, and then I forgot the most important. I nearly forgot the most important thing that happened in this entire episode. They're going to get Frieza. Okay, you're probably less surprised than me. I avoid spoilers on the internet like the plague. I like to watch an episode and be like, spit my food out excited. So we're going to see Frieza in hell, or whatever the equivalent of hell is. And it looks like that he's probably going to be the replacement for Boo. I'm not sure it's going to play out the way you expect it to, but that's crazy. So, like, why on earth Goku would ever think that's a good idea, I have no idea. But if we get to see Frost and Frieza, like, kind of conniving with each other, I'm definitely interested. Maybe that's how Frost learns the golden form. Maybe Frieza teaches him there's a form above it. Oh no. I could talk about this for like hours, but obviously that's the end of the episode. I think the second half of the episode carries the first half. I've said it like 3 times, but this was a very, very good episode. Now, if you've liked this discussion/review, of course, leave a like and a subscribe, and I will catch you next week where we get to see Frieza and Goku interact again. I'm just excited, like, a lot.